Hey guys, it's Emily, and today I am doing another 24-hour readathon. So I know how much you guys like my 24-hour readathons, and I haven't done one in a while, so I just thought that since I have time over the weekend, it would be the perfect time for me to do one. And this round's theme is gonna be, once again, Disney. I know how much you guys loved my first Disney 24-hour readathon, and if you haven't seen it, I will pop the link on the screen so you can check it out. But I will once again be attempting to read Disney related books for the next 24 hours. So you guys know how much I love Disney, and I'm just very excited for this readathon because I've been saving these books for a while now, and I've been wanting to do a round 2 of my very famous Disney 24-hour readathon because it has been one of the most watched videos on my channel for the longest time now, and I've been planning on doing this second edition of this readathon for at least a couple of months, like at least since April. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this round as well, and without further ado, let's dive into my TBR. So you guys will see that the books that I plan on reading this round are pretty similar to the books that I read last time, and I'm pretty excited about it. The first book that I want to read is Mother Knows Best by Serena Valentino. You guys know that when I read the Villain series by Serena Valentino in the first Disney 24-hour readathon, I absolutely fell in love with it. It is one of my favorites. I really discovered the series during the readathon, and I'm super excited to read the new books that were released in that series. The first one is Mother Knows Best. This is the 5th book in the Villain series, and it is, as you can tell by the cover, a retelling of Rapunzel, more specifically Mother Gothel. I love Tangled. It is one of my favorite Disney movies, so I'm very excited to see Serena Valentino's take on it, and I just look at this cover. Once again, I am just in awe of these books, like amazing. Just so pretty. The second book that I plan on reading in the next 24 hours is The Odd Sisters by Serena Valentino. This is the 6th and most recent book in the Villain series, and I honestly don't know like what this cover is telling you guys. Once again, amazing. But this one is a little bit different from the past books because it's not focused on one villain specifically. The sisters have been core characters in the Villains series. They have been involved in all the books, and they are not necessarily based on a famous Disney villain, at least not that I know of. Maybe it'll become more obvious when I read this one. I'm very excited to learn more about these sisters. We don't know much about them throughout the series. Like, they're very ethereal, and like they are there, but we don't know much about them. They're very secretive and mysterious, so I'm very excited to dive into this one. It's very short, but I am super pumped because I love Serena Valentino's writing, and this series means so much to me. I really love it, and I cannot wait to read this new book. I didn't even know it came out until I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, wait, what? The third book that I will be attempting to read is As Old as Time by Serena Valentino. This is the third book in the Twisted Tale series. You guys know that I've read the first 2 books. The first book in the series I read during my last 24-hour readathon, and I read the second book in this series during the Owls readathon, and now this book has been on my TBR for over a year, like a year and a half. I bought this book at the same time that I did the other ones, and there have been more books in the series that have been released, but I really want to read them in order, so very excited to read this one. It's, as you can tell, inspired by Beauty and the Beast. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but as it is with these books, it's told in a twisted way. Instead of being a typical Beauty and the Beast retelling, it has a little twist to it, and this one is What If Belle's Mother Cursed the Beast? So very excited. It's a thick book, and these books I kind of like. I like them, but not always. But Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite Disney movies, so I have very high expectations for this. So hopefully I won't be let down. So these 3 books are my main TBR. Now, I might be able to read all of this during the next 24 hours. Like, it seems feasible, especially considering the fact that last time I read over like 1,000 pages. I don't remember the exact amount of pages, but I did read 4 of these books and then 1 of this. So I read like 5 books last time, and I feel like this might be very small of a TBR compared to last time. So I have another book that I know I won't be able to complete, but I will be trying my best to at least make a dent in it, and that book is Winter by Marissa Meyer. It's the 4th and final book in the Lunar Chronicles series, which is one of my absolute favorite, and I've been rereading the books throughout the last months, and now I'm on to Winter, the final book in that series. This book is hella thick. It has like over 800 pages, or just about 800 pages, so like there's no way I can read this and like all the 3 books that I've just showed you guys. Like, I don't think it's going to be feasible, especially since this time around I'm hoping to get a full night of sleep, so I just don't think I'll be able to finish this, but I can at least make a dent in it and like get it started. The Lunar Chronicles is a fairy tale retelling series set in space, and well, not exactly in space, but it's very space inspired. And this one is focusing on the Snow White tale. So those are all the books that I'm hoping to read during the next 24 hours. Like I said, I don't think I'll be able to read all of this, but at least a couple would be nice. So right now it's about the 4:30 and I'm gonna start the readathon at 5, so I have about half an hour to get ready before we start the readathon. So I will get myself ready for the next 24 hours and I'll see you guys again once the readathon starts. It's now 5 p.m. so you know what that means. We gotta start reading. So the first book that I will be reading is Mother Knows Best by Sabrina Valentino. I am super excited. The books in this series are normally not that long. This one is under 400 pages and that's pretty standard for the series, so I think I can fly through it and I'm very excited. I love this series so much, so let's get started. It's only 5:30. I've read for like half an hour. I made it to page 56 of Mother Knows Best. So far it's really good. It's really interesting, but I'm starving and I don't really want to cook. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the grocery store, just buy something so that I can have dinner basically, and I'll come back. I don't think it'll take me that long. I just want to buy something quick and easy that I don't really have to cook. Hey guys, so it's 15 minutes later or so, like it didn't take me that long, but I'm back from the grocery store and I bought a couple of things. So first off, for dinner, I got myself this macaroni salad from the brand Massibek. I don't know. It's not super healthy or anything, but I had it a couple of days ago, like last week or something, and I really liked it and I was kind of craving it, so this is what I'm gonna be eating for dinner, I guess. And I also got myself some unhealthy snacks. I guess this is gonna be the most unhealthy grocery haul you could get, but I don't care. So I got myself some barbecue ringolos. They're really good mixed in with popcorn, and if I'm gonna watch a movie, I wanted to mix them together. I don't know, I just thought this would be fun to have as a snack. And I also got myself some chocolate. I got myself the Hershey's Cookies and Cream Drops, and these are really good. I've been craving chocolate for a while, so I just thought that this could maybe satisfy my sweet tooth, and I just love the Hershey's Cookies and Cream. It's like my favorite chocolate ever, so yeah. Like I said, super unhealthy, but what can I say? This is what I was craving. So now I'm gonna have my macaroni salad and I'm gonna have like my dinner while reading some more of Mother Knows Best. Hi guys, so it's now 8:30 and I just finished reading Mother Knows Best by Sabrina Valentino. So I quite enjoyed this book. It's just that there were some parts that just didn't really make sense to me. I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really liked the story behind Mother Gothel. However, I feel like she went from being a really good person at the beginning of the book and then she just shifted into a villain without really having a real reason to become a villain, if that makes sense at all. It's just that I feel like the shift it didn't make sense to me. It just happened like that and there was no real explanation as to why she became the way that she did. Of course, like the tragic events that surround her life can explain why she became like that, but I feel like the main reason why Gothel became such a villain is the Odd Sisters. And yet Gothel kind of knows that the sisters are bad, but she still hangs out with them and like she still relies on them for a lot, and I kind of get why, but at the same time I'm just like, why? Like, I just don't really get it, and I feel like this was kind of lacking in the story, like the shift from good to bad. Like I said, I feel like it just happened like that and it didn't really make sense to me. Also, there was a little inconsistency with the timeline. They mentioned in the book that the queen is ill and this is why the king is trying to get the flower, which we know from Tangled. And then in one chapter it says that years later Gothel kidnapped Rapunzel, and I don't know, it just didn't really make sense to me because Rapunzel was kidnapped as an infant. And so if she had been born years earlier on, she wouldn't be an infant when she's kidnapped by Gothel. So it just didn't really make sense to me. But other than that, I quite enjoyed it. I really liked how they incorporated dialogues and scenes from the movie directly into the book. It made it more integrated with the movies, and I just really liked that. So yeah, I finished my first book. That's great. Now my camera battery is about to die, so we're gonna charge that. I think for tonight I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm not sure which one yet. I will keep you guys updated. But first I want to go on a walk with my dog because I haven't really taken her outside today, and I know she's kind of antsy when we don't take her outside. So I'm gonna go on a small walk with her, and then, like I said, I'm gonna try to watch a movie. I came to see my dog and like see if she wanted to go on a walk, but she's sleeping so peacefully. I can't do that to her. Look at how cute she is. Okay, it's movie time. So I decided to go with Princess and the Frog. I have almost decided to go with Mulan, but since I've seen Mulan like thousands of times already, I just decided to go with The Princess and the Frog since I've only seen it once. And if I have time, I'll try to watch Mulan tomorrow as well because I'm also kind of in the mood to rewatch it. But we're gonna rewatch The Princess and the Frog tonight. So I just finished watching The Princess and the Frog, and it was such a great decision. It's such a wholesome movie. It's just, I love it so much. It's so underhyped and underappreciated, and it has everything. Great storyline, great characters, great soundtrack. It's amazing. I really loved it. I do not regret my decision to rewatch this movie. It was just so great, and I hadn't rewatched it since my first time watching it, so it was a great experience remembering everything about this movie. It makes me happy. I love it. It's now 11 p.m. and so I think I'm just gonna go to bed, and I'll try to wake up somewhat early tomorrow morning so that I can get as much reading done as possible tomorrow. Hey guys, so it is the next day and it's 7:30 in the morning. I haven't slept for that long. I was worried that I would, but it hasn't been that bad, and I'm gonna start reading The Odd Sisters by Serena Valentino. This one is quite short, if you can tell, so I do think that I can finish this like fairly quickly. Finished reading the prologue of The Odd Sisters, and I'm so glad that there's this prologue in it because it recaps all the events from the rest of the series. And I'll be completely honest with you guys, when I read Mother Knows Best last night, I was a bit confused at first because I didn't remember much from the rest of the series. Like, I remember the big events. I didn't remember like much from the specifics of the book. I just knew like the Disney story, I guess. So it was a bit confusing for me sometimes because, like I said, I didn't remember much from the rest of the series, but this prologue just explained everything that happened in the rest of the series. Thank you, Serena Valentino, for including this prologue. It's super helpful. So I just finished reading The Odd Sisters by Serena Valentino, and I have to admit that I'm kind of conflicted. I mean, I did enjoy it. I thought it was really good, but it was also very confusing. I mean, we were jumping back and forth between a lot of characters. Since the book is so short, I feel like we didn't get enough time with each of these characters, so it was all very confusing. There's also the fact that I don't remember much from the rest of the series, as I've said before, and I just felt like I should have probably ever read the rest of the series in order to understand this book better, because a lot of what happens in this book relies on the information that we've learned in past books. If you don't remember the information, then it's kind of hard to understand. Also, the ending is very open and very kind of confusing. I'll be completely honest, I don't completely understand it just yet, but it does leave the door open for like future books, which I'm very excited about because I do love this series nonetheless. I think I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 stars. It's really good. I really liked it. I like the action and the storyline, and like I just feel like the characters were all a little bit insane. Like, I was reading about all of these characters and I just thought, like, damn, they're dramatic. Like, so much insanity and silliness. I just feel like they were a little bit extreme and not very tempered. So right now it is 11:45. It did take me a little bit later than I had anticipated to read this book, but that's mostly because I went to do some grocery shopping with my mom like at around 9 o'clock. So I missed like an hour or so of reading, so that's why I couldn't finish the book earlier on. But I think I will still have time to read the next book that I do hope that I can finish during this 24-hour readathon. And that book is, as you guys know, As Old as Time by Liz Braswell. So I'm very excited to dive into it because it's a Beauty and the Beast inspired story, so very much excited to read this one. Hi guys, so it's now about 2 p.m. and I made it to page 96 of As Old as Time, but right now I'm gonna go to the park with my parents and my sister, and we're supposed to ride our bikes. So I don't know how much reading I'm actually gonna be able to get done before the end of the day, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish As Old as Time, but if I can at least make a bit more progress with it, that would be great. I'm back! So it's 4:09, which means that the readathon ends in about 50 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish As Old as Time in that time because I have like over 400 pages to read, or a little bit under, but like about 400 pages. So I don't think that this is very realistic of me to think that I can finish this in like 50 minutes. I might extend the readathon on to the rest of my evening, so it might be like a 28-hour readathon or something like that. Okay guys, it's 5 o'clock. I don't really know if you can tell, but that means that technically the 24-hour readathon is over. However, I am quite enjoying As Old as Time, and I don't really have many plans for the rest of the night, so I just thought that we would continue with this readathon. So I'm gonna try to read as much as I can until I have to go to bed, or until I'm just like tired of reading. I think we're just gonna continue and turn this into a 27, 28, maybe more hour readathon. And by the way, as of right now, I'm on page 184 of As Old as Time, and like I said, I'm quite enjoying this. If you like the Beauty and the Beast movie, it's pretty much like the movie so far. There are a few changes here and there, but the characters are pretty true to what you've seen in the movie. I feel like this is Liz Braswell's best book in this series as of yet. Personally, it is my favorite so far, and we'll see if I still feel the same after reading the rest, but as of right now, I am quite enjoying it. I'm quite curious to see where things will go. Hi guys, so it's now 8:18 actually, and I just finished reading As Old as Time by Liz Braswell, and I really enjoyed it. It's probably my favorite book in the Twisted Tales series as of right now. I really loved it. I loved how it all ended, and I love the twisted aspect to it, so I just really recommend it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I think I'm gonna end the readathon here, which means that I have turned this into a 27-hour readathon, but it's all fine, it's all fun. Hi guys, so it is the next day, and I just wanted to wrap up this vlog real quick. So let's go over the books that I've read over the past 24 hours. The first book that I read is Mother Knows Best by Serena Valentino. This book has 390 pages, and I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Next, I read The Odd Sisters, also by Serena Valentino. This book has 274 pages, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Finally, I read As Old as Time by Liz Braswell. This book has 484 pages, and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So that means that during this readathon, I read a grand total of 1,148 pages. This is not bad at all. It's not as great as I did last time, but I did sleep for 8 hours, and I did other things besides reading during the day, so I don't feel so bad about it. And I've quite enjoyed the books that I've read, so I'm happy overall with this result. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I guess that's it, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!